All right, the next play on the docket is a 3rd and 14 play from the Bucks game, with you guys up 4 points in the third quarter, and it's another explosive play from Tyrod Taylor to Nick O'Leary. So let's listen into the comms that happen on this play because it's a really good back and forth between you and Tyrod Taylor. So let's listen in.
3rd and 14, third quarter, winding down.
Hey, bad. Watch, quick. Easy, 3-jet. Good.
Tyrod Taylor gets out of a crowd and open on the sideline for a first down catch. Nick O'Leary.
All right, Eric, so let's walk through that. We're going to start off with you initially coming to the line of scrimmage, and I want to talk about what you mean by 4 down. Let's keep it simple for fans and then break it down. So what's 4 down when you're coming to the line of scrimmage?
So this is a 3rd and long. 4 down is alerting the offensive line, the running back, and the quarterback knowing that there's 4 defensive linemen in the game. Against the Buccaneers, at times they would run 3 down linemen on 3rd down. So first off, I'm alerting, hey, we got 4 D linemen in the game. The next thing I'm alerting is that this is a double A gap look. In this look, 51 is considered a down lineman.
Okay, all right.
I'm saying here, it's a double A gap look. They both are inside backers walked up in the A gap. We start out in a 2-jet protection. When we get to double A, it's all game plan specific. It doesn't necessarily mean a traditional 2-jet half the line slides one way, the other side's got man, and the running backs got the other way. We kind of made our own rules week by week. But Tyrod, by going 3-jet, and checking to that, is now saying, hey, I want you guys to go to this edge defender that's outside of 51 out there. So I want the line, the center, right guard, and right tackle to slide to the right. You're going to take 3 of those 4 guys over there.
Mm-hmm.
Other side block man on the defensive lineman. And then Shady's got 58 back to an edge defender that would be coming off outside of Jordan Mills. I start off by saying bad. That we end up making calls. This is our 6th game of the year, 10th if you count preseason. We end up, early in the year, it's L and R words, lucky, Ricky. Those would be slides one way or the other. Well, teams pick up on those pretty quick. Good and bad, those are a little tougher for them to pick up. So bad was a half slide to our left. Good was a half slide to our right here. I'm very comfortable saying this kind of stuff with a new offense. I would have had to doctor this a little bit if Coach Dennison was still there. But
sure.
I'm saying good after Tyrod gets us to the 3-jet to alert the guys that we're going to then slide out to the right.
Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. Let's. You had mentioned that you guys designated this linebacker as a defensive lineman, right? So that's what you mean by 4 down, right? You have these 4 down linemen right here.
Yeah, that's the young kid.
Beckwith.
He was a draft pick out. Yeah. So we had, he was coming in to rush the passer, and with this type of spacing, with the 2 D tackles lined up over our guards, we were calling that a 4 down look. If McCoy was right over the top of me, I might have called it a 3 down look just to get to those types of rules because it might have benefited us. But here, I wanted to get us into our 4 down rules. And then ultimately they don't end up bringing pressure here.
Right.
But anytime you could slide to Gerald McCoy when you're playing the Bucks, it ended up working out perfect. If I was the Bucks, I would have put that edge defender opposite of McCoy every time because then you're always going to pretty much slide your line to that edge defender. I would have put him opposite to get those guys one-on-one against McCoy and 51 over there.
In the huddle, you guys had called a jet protection. It was 2-jet initially, right? So real quickly, if it's 2-jet rather than sliding to your right, you would have had the linebacker right here, right?
Yeah, I would have had that A gap right there.
A-gap,
so if 58
right.
dropped and the D tackle spiked in, yeah, I would have had the A gap that way. And on the right side, they would have been manned up over there.
So then if you had slid left there, obviously Tolbert's going to be filling right here in this A gap, and then probably pretty much are we man blocking over here on McCoy and Beckwith?
Yeah, so Tolbert would check 54 to that edge pressure outside to anything that could come back out to our left as well. He's kind of scanning, but his immediate threat is 54 right in that A gap, because if David fires there, he's got to be ready to pick him up.
Okay, and this is what I was talking about in communication between the center and the quarterback, because obviously when you guys got up to the line, you called 4-down lineman, double A gap, double mug look from the Bucs, and they brought this extra edge rusher, the safety, down into the box, and that's when you give the bad call. And so then Tyrod, with that pressure come off the edge, changes the protection, as you mentioned, from 2 to 3 jet, so you guys slide in the opposite direction. We talk about what's the easy call, because that's something you hear a lot on Sundays. What's the easy call that Tyrod gives you guys?
Generally, easy is just alerting the guys, hey, chill out for a second. Don't be triggered up, because we might be on a quick count here, and he's going to say easy. Like, I'm not about to say set hut. I'm probably going to switch the call, or I just want to look at it further. And here he wanted to switch the call.
And that's what's, great about, the communication between you and Taylor on this play. Obviously, he changes the protection. You give the confirmation with the good call. But talk about 2 and 3 jet protection. It's a pretty simple protection when you look at it on paper. But fans don't understand is just because you run 2 or 3 jet protection and it's just, a nice 6-man protection, 5 linemen, and a running back, it can be blocked up a multitude of ways based on the defensive front, right?
Absolutely. And it could be – a lot of it in the NFL just becomes game plan specific. I mean, you have elite defenders. So if they were in a vanilla look right here and it was 2 jet and I knew that there was no pressure coming at all, I would probably have the freedom to flip it to give me the slide to McCoy so we can get a double team there, and I'd put Tolbert back the other way. One,
Sure.
That's going to help him probably get out and get us an extra receiver out. And 2, it gives us a double team on their best rusher. So, I mean, we could call 2 jet in the huddle, and it just never looked like it throughout a game based upon, hey, they might fire a linebacker that's over the running back all the time. So this is 2 jet protection. The running back's on Tyrod's right. Well, if they are going to fire David to keep Tolbert in the whole game and make him block one-on-one, well, I'll just make 2 jet, 3 jet myself, give Tolbert the communication, and he just knows he's going opposite.
Now, we see O'Leary kind of check release here. He helps out Glenn out wide. How do the tight ends know that they're chip releasing versus just running out into a route? Is there a certain call for the tight end to let him know that he's chip then releasing? Yeah.
So we'll tag this a chip. So it's generally going to be the opposite, the running back. So, here Tolbert could essentially help out if someone got beat quick right, and then Nick's going to give this chip help on the way out. And now the only guy that's one-on-one is Richie, and we're pretty confident in Richie in most matchups. So everybody else essentially has help across the line. And on 3rd and 14, if you're trying to make a play down the field, that's how you have to do it in the NFL. We're not going to win 4 one-on-ones up front, without any chip out. And the way it works out well is Richie gets pushed back a touch here, while with double teams and chips everywhere else, Tyrod's able to maneuver around the rest of the garbage in the pocket pretty easily because there's only one guy one-on-one.
As you mentioned, Tyrod is, he's Tyrod on this play. Richie does get bull rushed a little bit into his face, but everyone else pretty much secure. Tyrod is able to elude that defender, and he just makes a special play, something that he's done for many years for the Bills by getting it to Nick O'Leary for the explosive play down the field.
This was a huge play for us, only up 3 points or whatever we were.
Right.
That's a big play at that time of the game. And on 3rd and 14, you're not thinking – your conversion rate throughout the NFL on 3rd and 14 is super low. That was a huge play.
Yeah, that's Tyrod at his finest, using that, mobility and he's just a playmaker, man. You put the ball in his hand, he's going to make plays, and he's something he did for many years for the Buffalo fans. So.